Mewn da, I'm Claire Morgan, Strategic Director at Estyn. A warm welcome to you all to another Estyn Live. And this afternoon, we'll focus on everything you need to know about interim visits. I'm joined by my colleague, Lowry Jones, Assistant Director for Secondary and All-Age Schools, who will provide you with an overview of an interim visit and outline what to expect. We're also delighted to be joined by Neil Foley, Head Teacher at Prestatyn High School. The school had an interim visit back in November, so Neil will be able to share his reflections on his visit. If you have a question as we go through, please feel free to submit them anonymously through the Q&A box at the top of the screen. In the Q&A section, you'll also find a link to the web page on interim visits, and there you'll find some frequently asked questions and reflections from head teachers on their recent visits. Now, before we start the presentation, just a reminder that, as usual, part of this webinar will be in Welsh, and we have English translation available. So to enable this, please click on More at the top of your screen, then click Language and Speech, choose Language Interpretation, and then choose to listen in English. So let's get started. A question we're often asked is, why did we introduce interim visits? Well, over the last 10 years, and particularly since the pandemic, we've made considerable changes to our work. We've explored ways of ensuring inspection supports improvement and that it complements a school's own self-evaluation and improvement process. We also wanted to reduce the high-stakes nature of inspection. So some of the changes we've made over time have included the removal of summative gradings, the removal of predictability, and increased opportunities for improvement-focused professional dialogue. But we also wanted to do more to support school leaders to evaluate aspects of their work. So as we started to come out of the pandemic, we piloted a different type of visit. These were visits to schools that were supportive and improvement focused, and the interim visits evolved out of these models. So later we'll hear from Mike about his experience, his first-hand experience of an interim visit. But first, I'll hand over to Lowry to tell us everything we need to know about interim visits. Diolch, Lowry.
Diolch yn fawr, Claire. Mae Claire di egluro'r rhesymau y tu ôl i'r ymweliadau interim, felly byddai nawr yn rhoi bach mwy o fanylion ynghylch beth yn union sy'n digwydd ar yr ymweliadau interim. Felly, mae 5 niwnod o rybydd, a mae hynny'n digwydd o ran galwad ffôn o swydd Estyn, ac yna bydd yr arolygydd cofnodol, sef y person sy'n arwain yr ymweliad, yn trefnu sgwrs wedyn ar Teams gyda'r pennaeth i drafod natur yr ymweliad. Peth pwysig am ymweliad interim yw nad yw'n arolygiad, felly dyw e ddim yn sbardino arolygiad craidd nac unrhyw weithgarwch dilynol. Mae bach o chwedlau wedi datblygu ynghylch hynny, ond mae ymweliad interim yn wahanol o ran natur a hefyd o ran naws i arolygiad craidd llawn. O ran ffocws yr ymweliad interim, byddwn ni bob amser yn canolbwyntio ar agwedd ar hunan werthuso. Mae hyn yn digwydd ar bob un ymweliad, ac yna byddwn ni'n dewis un maes arall fel arfer maes sy'n deillio o'r argymhellion o'r arolygiad craidd. Weithiau fod bynnag, mae'r argymhellion na wedi dyddio, felly dyn ni'n trafod gyda'r ysgol ac yn dewis rhyw ffocws gwahanol, falle rhywbeth mae'r ysgol wedi bod yn canolbwyntio arno yn ddiweddar. Yn aml, wrth gwrs, mae hyn yn werthuso yn argymhelliad o'r arolygiad craidd beth bynnag, ond os nad ydyw, da ni'n canolbwyntio ar hynny, ond yn aml mae'n rhan o'r argymhellion. Does dim angen paratoi ar gyfer ymweliad interim. Da ni'n holi am ystod gyfyngedig iawn o ddogfennaeth, felly dim ond ychydig o amser sydd gan arolygwyr i edrych ar ddogfennau yn ystod ymweliad, felly does dim angen paratoi unrhyw ddogfennau nag unrhyw beth ychwanegol, jyst beth sydd gan yr ysgol yn barod. A falle ambell i beth allweddol mae'r ysgol yn teimlo sut byddai'n ddefnyddiol i'r arolygwyr, ond sy'n pwrpas rhoi llwythi o ddogfennaeth oherwydd does dim amser i edrych arnyn nhw. Ond trosolwg o beth sy'n digwydd wedyn yn ystod yr ymweliad. Felly, yn yr sector uwchradd a phob bwyd, mae'r ymweliad yn para am ddeuddydd. Ond mae'n gwirionedd diwrnod a 3 chwarter, felly mae un diwrnod cyfan, a wedyn dyn ni'n gadael o ddeutu 2 o'r gloch, hanner awr wedi 2 ar yr ail ddiwrnod, rhywbeth felly. Yn ystod yr ymweliad, da ni'n gwneud ystod o wahanol weithgareddau, a'n aml da ni'n gwneud rhain ar y cyd gyda aelodau staff yr ysgol. Felly mae rhain yn gallu cynnwys arsylwadau gwersi, teithiau dysgu, craffu ar waith ac ystod o gyfarfodydd. Felly, o ran y gweithgareddau yma dyn ni'n gwneud ar y cyd, dyn ni'n trafod gyda'r ysgol pa staff fyddai orau i fod ynghlwm. Fel arfer, dyn ni'n gwneud gweithgareddau gyda'r pennaeth, ond hefyd dyn ni'n gwneud gweithgareddau gyda'r arweinwyr canol, a'r uwch dîm arwain, ond mae'n gallu amrywio yn ôl cyd-destun yr ysgol a'r trafodaethau yna gyda'r ysgol. Mae Claire wedi sôn am bwysigrwydd deialog broffesiynol ar ymweliadau interim, felly dyn ni'n sicrhau bod cyfleoedd rheolaidd ar gyfer deialog broffesiynol trwy gydol y 2 ddiwrnod ar ymweliad interim. A'r prif bwrpas yw bod yr ymweliad yn ymweliad cefnogol a ymweliad sy'n helpu ynghylch gwaith gwella'r ysgol mwyn bod gwelliant parhaus yn gallu digwydd dros amser. Mae'r sleid nesaf yn mynd i roi bach o syniad i chi o'r math o bethau sy'n digwydd ar ymweliad interim. Felly dyma enghraifft Saesneg a gallwn ni ddangos enghraifft Gymraeg i chi hefyd. Felly dwi wedi sôn am y math o weithgareddau, y craffu ar waith, arsylwi gwersi, teithiau dysgu, cyfarfodydd a disgyblion, staff ac ati. Felly fel arfer mae 3 arolygydd ar ymweliad mewn ysgol uwchradd. Felly dyma'r math o bethau da ni'n neud. Mae hwnna'n rhoi syniad i chi o'r amserlen ar gyfer y deuddydd. Yn dilyn yr ymweliad wedyn, mae llythyr byr yn mynd i'r ysgol. Mae'r llythyr yma yn gyffredinol iawn. Da ni'n nodi'r math o weithgareddau da ni wedi wneud. Da ni hefyd yn nodi beth da ni wedi weld ar yr ymweliad. A dyn ni hefyd yn nodi ambell i beth allai'r ysgol i ystyried mwyn mynd ati i wella ymhellach o ran eu gwaith nhw. Mae'r llythyr yma yn gyffredinol ar bwrpas mwyn bod yr ysgol yn canolbwyntio ar ddeialog broffesiynol sy'n digwydd yn ystod yr ymweliad sy'n llawer mwy manwl nac y llythyr ei hunan. Felly dyna'r prif bwrpas yw'r deialog broffesiynol yna sy'n digwydd rhwng yr arolygwyr a'r arweinwyr yn yr ysgol, mwyn bod ni'n cefnogi'r gwaith gwella yna. Mae nifer o chwedlau wedi datblygu, dwi wedi sôn am ambell un yn barod ynghylch ymweliadau interim. Un o'r rhain ydy dylai ysgolion geisio rheoli'r ymweliad mewn rhyw ffordd. Enghraifft, rheoli pa blant mae'r arolygwyr yn cwrdd â nhw, neu pa lyfrau ac yn y blaen mae'r arolygwyr yn ei gweld. Ond mewn gwirionedd, mae hyn yn mynd yn groes i bwrpas yr ymweliad. Mae'n bwysig iawn bod yr ysgol yn bod yn agored ac yn onest, yn gallu trafod yn agored y cryfderau'r meysydd eu gwella a chefnogi gwelliant. Felly, does dim angen goreoli'r ymweliad o gwbl. Dwi wedi sôn yn barod am y ddogfennaeth, does dim angen llawer o ddogfennau ar ysgolion ar gyfer ymweliad interim. Does dim amser i edrych arnyn nhw, mae'r trafodaethau yna a'r gwaith ar y cyd yn llawer pwysicach. Dyw e ddim yn wir mai dim ond arweinwyr penodol ddylai gymryd rhan mewn gweithgareddau ar y cyd. Mae'n amrywio yn ôl yr ysgol a chyd-destun yr ysgol a'r trafodaeth gyda'r pennaeth. Felly, weithiau dyn ni'n gweithio gyda arweinwyr canol, weithiau uwch arweinwyr, dyn ni fel arfer yn gweithio gyda'r pennaeth, ond dyn ni hefyd yn gweithio gyda chydlynwyr a staff sy'n ar rolau eraill hefyd. Nid mini inspection, nid arolygiad bach yw hwn. Mae natur a naws yr ymweliad yn wahanol. Ac yn olaf, bod angen paratoi ar gyfer y ymweliad. Da ni yn gofyn am ambell beth, da ni'n gofyn am amserlen, da ni'n gofyn am chydig o amser i drafod natur yr ymweliad a pa math o bethau da ni eisiau wneud a pha arweinwyr dylai fod ynghlwm. Ond eblaw am chydig o wybodaeth ar amserlen a hefyd paratoi sampl o lyfrau, does dim angen unrhyw waith paratoi arall ar gyfer yr ymweliad interim. A nawr dwi am droi nôl at Claire sy'n am drafod gyda Neil profiad o gael ymweliad interim yn ei ysgol e.
Diolch, Lowry. So we're now going to hear from Neil about his experience of an interim visit. So Neil, I hope you don't mind. I've got a couple of questions for you. So the first one is, how would you describe the experience overall for you and your staff?
Well, obviously, when you get the phone call from Estyn, the first feeling is trepidation. But the visit was really productive and supportive. We found for the school. Obviously, we'd had our core inspection just over 2 years before, and we used it as a validation for what our QA processes were finding. It reassured us that we were on track, and also it confirmed that our school evaluation was in line exactly how we perceived it, how Estyn came in and judged what was going on in the school in the snapshot of 2 days. Obviously it's 5 days notice, so you're into it straight away. There's not a lot of time to build up to it, which I think is a really good thing. And it's a very busy 2 days. They pack in, the inspectors pack in an awful lot during that time. But another thing that it felt, from the original phone call to the meeting online before the visit, was that it was a completely collegiate approach. It was a collective approach to visiting my school, and it highlighted, it brought out things that we could work on immediately during the visit as well, which was really good. And another aspect that we found really useful was obviously the letter that is produced after the 2 days is quite brief and succinct, but an awful lot of the conversations brought out things that we could work on straight away as well to enhance our provision even further. So we found it really productive.
Thanks, Neil. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about what did the visit look like on like a practical level?
Yeah, so obviously, on the VAR, we uploaded the school development plan. We also uploaded our school evaluation as well, just as a companion document to that. And we had a further document, which were our main priorities for the year as well. So we uploaded all that immediately. And then practically we had to upload a list of the SLT and the roles and how long they'd been doing it for, and also a full staff list, and obviously some of the highlighted information on them, whether they were outstanding teachers, or if they had a TLR, or if they were going through some type of process as well. All fairly standard stuff that we already had at hand. We uploaded the timetable for the 2 days, a map, and just general logistics for the inspectors. And then it was, as you explained, it was select 8 pupils to meet with the inspectors, and then a year group list of year 8 and year 9 ranked by ability, and then the inspectors told us which books they wanted to see by which pupils as well. So it was all fairly standard, a reduced version of what would normally be uploaded on the VAR during the core inspection. And then we were asked to obviously put middle leaders in to meet 3 different meetings. So there was a core meeting, a non-core meeting for my heads of department, and also my skills coordinators, because one of our recommendations was on improving skills across the school. And then we also had to organise 2 of our recommendation meetings with my SLT as well, which were fairly straightforward. And finally, we had to organise 1 joint book look or book scrutiny and 3 joint observations. But what was really good was one of my objectives and one of my priorities for my school is to upskill my middle leaders. So it allowed me to bring a lot of my middle leaders into those meetings to make sure that they had an experience with Estyn as well. So on a practical level, it's fairly straightforward. We didn't produce any additional documentation. It was everything in hand, except for obviously, producing the timetable for the 2 days and things like that.
So no surprises then, Neil? More or less what you expected?
No surprises at all. And if we'd missed anything out, or are there any questions, I could speak to the lead inspector straight away and get that answered immediately. So no, there was no panic, except for obviously the initial panic when you get the phone.
Absolutely. When you compare an interim visit to a core inspection, how did they sort of compare?
Again, a core inspection is, feels a lot more pressurized, I would say, and obviously, you've got an awful lot of many other things to think about. With the interim inspection, it felt like a collaborative approach, especially with all the joint observations and the joint book looks as well, and the ability to have an input on what the schedule was over the 2 days and who I wanted in the meetings as well. So it was a different feel. It felt like a really robust and challenging 2 days, but it was it was really positive going forward, and it was a really good relationship with the 3 inspectors that we had on site, and we felt listened to. We really did, which was good as well. But in the end, all I want for anyone coming into my school is to help me improve my school, and that's that generally happened over those 2 days.
Thanks, Neil. I think you've touched on this, but I was going to ask you, did the experience support or add value to the work of the school?
It really did, and one of the key aspects, obviously, as a senior leader in a school, as a head teacher, is to, validate what you've asked staff to do since the last core inspection or even before, and it validated, first of all, the path that we're taking to all the staff in my school, so that they knew that we were on track, because the things we're asking them to do were really praised by Estyn, so that was really good. And obviously our QA was in line with how Estyn thought that processes should happen, and it also gave us new actions as well and new things to develop within the school. And what was really handy was, because we had that collective collegiate approach, a lot of the documentation was shared from Estyn as well, so we could see the success criteria, we could see what Estyn were looking for in some of those lessons, especially around skills, which was one of our top priorities. So yeah, it helped enhance our processes, and it also let me enhance my middle leadership team, because often in a core inspection they may have 1 or 2 involvements, but mainly it's SLT. So I thought getting the middle leaders in leading roles in the inspection was really in the interim visit was really good.
Thank you, Neil. There are probably quite a few people on this call who haven't experienced an interim visit yet. So is there any advice that you would give to other schools?
Yeah, I think, first of all, it's about, from the outset, from the meeting online on Teams before they arrive, is about being honest about where the school's at, especially around the recommendations and any other developments in the school. Because, I used it as a method and a process whereby we could continue and accelerate the progress of the school. And it's no good saying everything's perfect if there are issues and you want the input from Estyn to see them and check you're on the right track of how to improve them. So it's about honesty and making sure you're clear on the strengths and the weaknesses of your school. And then you can have those frank and honest discussions, and then you can plot a path forward. And I know in my school, skills is still a major focus that we need to keep developing. And it's not a 1 year target, it's a several year project. And it's about knowing where your areas of challenge are and asking for that advice, help and support, and then embracing it. And similarly with the visits as well, I would embrace it, don't panic, and enjoy it, because in the end of the day, an interim visit is there to support you improving your school as well. So it was a good time to show off some of the things we're really proud of as well, and the things that the great progress we'd made in the school. And just an added element, just if people are worried about workload or anything, we didn't do anything extra. Obviously you make sure everything's ready for the 2 days, but during my interim visit, both my deputy head teachers one was off ill and another one was seconded into another school to support them. So I did the whole visit without both of my deputy heads, and we managed really successfully, and it was a really good experience.
Thank you very much, Neil. I'm sure people have found that really, really helpful to hear firsthand of what it's like to be part of an interim visit, and particularly quite close to a co-inspection as well. So thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Okay, we've got a couple of questions coming through. And the first one, I'll ask Lowry to answer these. Would you expect to meet with governors as part of an interim visit?
We wouldn't usually meet with governors on an interim visit. So that's one of the big differences actually between an IV and a core inspection. So we always meet with governors on a core inspection, but on an IV, we don't. We generally just interact with the school staff on an IV.
Diolch, Lowry. There's another one coming through. Are you likely to meet all staff during an interim visit?
The short answer is no. So on a core visit, we do try to interact in some way with all staff, either through lesson observations or meetings and other activities. And we generally achieve that pretty well. But a core inspection is obviously over a longer period of time, so it's easier to achieve that goal. As you've seen from the timetable, we're only in the school for a day and 3 quarters on an IV. So we don't get to meet all staff, but because of the joint activities, we do get to work with quite a number of staff. And I think Neil's answers have explained that. And he said that a lot of middle leaders worked with the inspectors on his IV. So we do interact with quite a lot of staff, but it's not to the same degree as on a core inspection. So we wouldn't meet all staff, no.
We've had another question through about how many inspectors generally go into a primary school for an IV. And usually what we do is to adapt the size of the team and the amount of time that they're in the school according to the size of school. So you can see on most secondaries, we'll have 3 inspectors, as Lowry said, for about a day and 3 quarters. Often on primary, there'll be 2 inspectors and they'll be in the school for about a day. Sometimes that's a whole day, sometimes it's an afternoon and the next morning, depending on how it's scheduled. But we adapt. If it was a very large primary school, so, we've got a couple of primary schools that are almost, well, they are as large as some of our smaller secondary. We'd adjust the team then to make sure they have sufficient time to spend at the school, but it's typically 2 inspectors for primary.
That's right, Claire. That's something that came out of the piloting of IVs, because on some of the pilot visits, we didn't have enough inspectors. in some of the larger secondary schools. So that was the learning from those pilots, that we needed to increase the number of inspectors on some of the visits in the very large secondary schools. So a very large secondary would have 4 inspectors, for example.
Diolch, Lowri. So we're now coming to the end of our Estyn Live on interim visits. This has just been a brief overview for you, but there's a wealth of information on our website, including some really helpful videos. Huge thank you to you all for joining us, and a special thank you to Neil and Lowri for sharing their experience in this area. If you have a question that we haven't managed to cover this afternoon, please don't hesitate to email us, and the email address is communications@estyn.gov.wales, and we'll certainly get back to you. But if you've got any feedback about today's session or any of our Estyn Live events, please use that email address as well to give us feedback. So on behalf of us all here at Estyn, we hope you have a wonderful Easter break. Diolch yn fawr. Have a lovely evening. Hwyl fawr.
Well.